Master?
I didn't expect to see you so soon.
Anakin. Oh my god. Oh man. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't. Jesus. It's iconic. Iconic, isn't it? Oh, g'day there. Welcome back to the race side for our episode 4 of Ahsoka discussion. The sound is still going. That's terrifying. We will be diving into everything about that episode. My good God, I hope you enjoyed reliving my reaction to that scene at the end of the show, at the end of the episode. It was phenomenal. I'm still from the come down. We're only 2 days. It was 2 days, 48 hours ago. We started the episode together. My goodness, what a journey it's been. I'm still in shock. I'm still in awe. I just keep thinking about it. What an incredible time and moment that was. And as we'll discover today, there is so much to look forward to. There's so much to discuss and get down about this episode. Welcome to the show. I'm so glad you're here. There's so much going on. We have a lot to get through. There's a lot of announcements. There's a lot of things happening. And I hope you're doing very, very well. Before we get to diving into the discussion, getting the whiteboard out, talking the announcements, so let's see who's here. Recon, who is in the chat today. We've got Fetch, Lightning, we've got Dark Lord, we've got AJ Dark Lord, we've got Skywalker's Academy. My God, there's a lot of talking. Zammy. John's here, Sinister Maul's here, g'day there. Subdude's here, Angelina's back, Tim's here, Max is here, Rattleshark, Master Yava, Julie's here, Double A's here. Oh, I love it, and so many more of you in the back there. There's a lot of you who just lurk, and if you've like never commented on a show or like never interact like in the chat, in the live show, but you hear and you watch every week, I want you to just this one instance put an emoji in the chat if you like rarely to never say anything. I would love to see just like an emoji or like a hi, because I know there's so many lurkers back there that are just enjoying the show without saying anything. Todd's here, Texas is here, Threefold's here, Robert's here, Magpie, Joey's here, Jacob's here, there he is, Wesley. See, what? Lurkers, I love you. I love you just as much as everyone chatting in the chat as well. If you're just here to enjoy the show, I'm so glad you've made it. Where's CG? Oh, there he is. There he is. Glad to be part of another live stream. Me too. So much is happening. So much is happening today. Before we get into our initial thoughts of episode 4, I'd like to give you a little bit of a Race Squad update. There has been some major updates to our membership system here on the channel for the race side. We bid farewell to our much loved terms of Blue Squad and Gold Squad, and we welcome in the new tiers of Jedi Padawan and Jedi Knight. They're the same tiers, so it's all the same prices for those tiers, just new names and new perks. So they've gotten a fresh little revamp, all to make things much more enjoyable for you guys. Masters, we had a fantastic time. We had about a 2.5 hour private, like intimate call where we discuss Star Wars, we discuss the episode, we discuss the channel, we discussed anything we talked about. We talked about OJ's passion for fishing. We get it's a really nice, very real conversation. So if you want to become a master, that is the highest tier you can become. You get to enjoy the spoils of many things like that, and a part of our Star Wars Recon meetings, which is going to be starting very soon. I'm very excited for, and that is an idea from the masters. I love it. I love it. You get shout outs and exclusive calls as well. Jedi Knight mid-tier. You want to join up with that. If you love the vibe here, if you love connecting with your friends and hanging out with everyone here, you want to become a Jedi Knight, because we will be having more game nights and watch parties with that tier exclusively only. So that means playing on Xbox, that means playing on PlayStation and things like that. Game nights, but also just fun game nights all together, playing whatever the hell. What's that called? Function game? Garfunkel? Oh, what the hell? There's some game we play. I forget what it's called. But that is going to be a fun tier if you want to be a part of more community and Jedi Padawan. If you just want to support me here on the channel, you can get exclusive polls, some extra live shows, and also unlock all the stickers if you want to become a Jedi Padawan to the race squad. I love it. Love it every moment of it. So consider those or upgrading if you haven't already. Little revamp for you. But let's get into the show, shall we? Let's get into it. Let's jump into it. So let's start off like how I usually like to start off. Let's talk about our initial thoughts of episode 4. A lot happened. We're going to get the chill music. We're going to get the vibey music on for this part. I want to hear about it. How do we learn this power? Oh, I love it. If you want to become a member, I think it's easy. It happens easier if you're on a computer. There should be a membership or join button on the channel, or if only for computers, there should be a join button around the video somewhere. It should be below me somewhere. But join up if you would like to. Initial thoughts. Come on, hit me. What are your initial thoughts of episode 4? If you're with me for the watch party, it was very intense. I was very enthralled the whole episode. And I'll say this a lot today, is even without the final 60 seconds, let's say, of the episode, it is a fantastic episode. Without that fun reveal, that cameo, that incredible moment, it is still a incredible episode. The dialogue, the saber fights, the story that happens in it. Somehow a lot happens and not a lot happens, but I kind of like that. I really enjoyed it. I think it's one of the best, again, even outside of that final minute, it is one of the best Star Wars live action episodes ever, in my opinion. Really, really interesting stuff. I love it. Sinister Maul coming in. Maybe it's just me, but I thought towards the beginning, seeing Huang fight the HK droid and then seeing Sabine in her full Mando armor was amazing. I feel like we got to put some respect on that Huang fight, because damn, did he cop it? But then also, he could fight so well. He did so good. It was incredible. I loved that fight. I was like, if that was the only fight we were to get in that episode, I was like satisfied, dude. I was like happy. Threefold coming in saying, great episode. Really enjoying how the season is shaping up. Oh, I love it. Yes. Yeah. It is like for a halfway. We're at the halfway point. It is an incredible spot to be. I think the right amount of things have happened. We've seen some incredible stuff and scenes already. Ahsoka on the ship's wing. Sabine and like her learning of the Force. We've seen some really interesting villainous characters being explored. We've seen great things, but I am so excited for this back end of the season. It's going to be awesome. Wesley loved it. Great to hear. I thought the droid fight was best of all the battles. Yeah, hey, yeah, Julie agreeing with me here. Absolutely. I think it was like the best duel. The Vader theme music, I think something bad will happen. We'll get into that deeply a little later on when we crank out the whiteboard. But I can't wait to get into why that might be. Double A, I love it. He was scrapping. You're right. John, the tone, the music, the tension of the duel, it was very intense, especially like, it just kept building up. Like, Huang's fight was cool, Then we saw the Marek and Ahsoka, Sabine and Shin. That was pretty full on. And then we get the Balin and Ahsoka duel. That was incredible. Good buddy Diamond Figs coming in here. I think I've been convinced that wasn't truly Anakin. I'm scared, excited, enthralled, encapsulated, itchy. Can't come soon enough. Yeah, you know what? It's like, it's kind of weird. I kind of agree with you, but I don't want to be agreeing. I want that just to be Force Ghost Anakin, and we're gonna see more of that. But I am worried that it might not be. I'm very, very worried. But thank you so much for the $5 dues. Appreciate the support, friend. And if you didn't see it on my story I shared around, I popped on to the Dark Side. What is it? The Dark Side Secrets? That's what it's called. With Star Wars Sith and Diamond Figs yesterday. It was phenomenal. It was a great time, wasn't it? It was random, but exciting. But they do great work over there, so go check out their channels. Huang needs his own lightsaber. Yeah, imagine, actually. It kind of makes sense for like a lightsaber training droid to have a lightsaber. I'd be down for that. JS, what do you think? I will say, I think from what the trailer showed us was 10% of the show. There's still more to fool the show. What? There is still more to the show that meets the eye, and I'm hyped. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I think there's like 3 scenes, like 3 shots or something, 2 shots from the trailers that we haven't seen yet. Like, we are going in so blind to these last 4 episodes, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting question. I don't mind it though, to be honest. Anakin was the cherry sprinkle fudge on top of the ice cream. Yeah, I would agree with that. It's like, that's what I mean. It's like, these was such an incredible episode. Anakin popping up at the end there was just like, I think it's just what made it like from like an amazing episode to like a world-changing episode. I feel like that's why. Oh my god, he could be like the light side Grievous. Huang with 4 lightsabers like Grievous. Yeah. He could be the light side Grievous. That would be sick. That'd be sick, man. Absolutely. That is great to hear, Paul. My brother and I are beyond excited for episode 5. The hype is real. With Filoni we trust. I love that. I love that phrase going around. Sounding good. Star Wars has been a member for 3 months. My good god. It was Anakin. Don't listen to Diamond Figs. Ooh. Tension. I love it. Yeah, it's so tricky. It's like, my whole heart wants that to be the real Anakin, but I'm very scared that it might not be. So I'm leaning with you, Sin. With Star Wars Sith. Jeez, I'm leaning with you, Tony. Nimble, what do you got for me? Rewatching all the fights alone, best choreography from live action Star Wars since the prequels, in my opinion. I would agree with that. I don't know. The throne room scene in Last Jedi, I think, was pretty well done. I know people say that fight is really janky, but I thought that was a really good scene. But I digress. That's gonna get us on a massive tangent elsewhere. Love the reaction. Oh, amazing. Yeah, I've just seen people saying that they had very similar reactions to mine, and I'm so glad. I think it's I think it's a magical thing that we could all feel that kind of childlike joy. Angelina, I loved that we saw Anakin. Yeah, easily probably the best part of the episode. Hey. He does have Count Dooku vibes. I do agree. Someone said that before in like the last week's stream, and I totally agree. I did see that. Jealous as anything, but I hope the people that go love it. Hopefully it's going to be a really incredible moment to see. Hopefully something exciting happens. I doubt that it wouldn't be exciting, but you know what I mean. It's going to be incredible to see that in person. CG, hands down the best Star Wars since Revenge of the Sith. Great story, great pacing, great tone, awesome saber fights, but wished Nick Gillard was handling the fights. Really? Like, I love my Nick Gillard. He's a great, phenomenal guy, and he shaped the prequels in a lot of ways because those prequel fights are so iconic. But also, I need to do my research on who choreographed these fights, but they've done a very good job. I gotta give it to them. Maybe it's like the Dave Filoni equivalent of Nick Gillard to like, you know how like this is a Dave Filoni show like of George's protege. Hopefully it's like the Nick Gillard protege. I don't know. I gotta look into it. Yeah, you strap in. It's coming out very, very soon. It's gonna be exciting. If it'd been AP5, he would have sang them a piece. Oh, that would have been beautiful. If he sang a little song to them and they all would have calmed down and not fight at all. That would have been beautiful. Maybe it's Anakin, maybe not. It's not entirely solid. It's the sun in my mind is open. We'll find out soon enough. I know it's somehow soon enough, but also not soon enough at all. Like it's taken too long to get there. That's okay, JS. I got you. I got you in the end. I'm the only one that when Balin was talking about Sabine, I was also thinking about Sabine for Gar Saxon Rebels. Yes, I know he did the voice for that character as well. Oh, that's so true. I forgot about that. I always forget about that. He was Gar Saxon. But how good? How good? I need to rewatch that and have the perspective. That is so true. It kind of sounds like, hey. Well, it would. It's him. That is such a good roast. Like a poke fun. DB, what have you got for me? $5 redos coming in. Very generous of you, friend. Thank you so much. Would the son have known to call her Snips? Did Annie call her that in those episodes? Ooh, that is a very, detailed question. That's a great detail to pick up on. And I think that is very much something to consider. I would assume he would have in those episodes. But let's go back and rewatch, hey? That is an excellent question to read up on. Did the son know that? Because that's a good telling fact. That's a great question. Great question. I didn't understand crap because I didn't watch the Clone Wars. Am I crazy? You're not crazy. I mean, Clone Wars is arguably the greatest creation since the prequels. Well, probably I'm actually saying that as a statement. What didn't you understand? Do you understand, as far as Ahsoka is Anakin's Padawan? How much do you not understand? Yeah, did he? I feel like maybe at some point when she was under a spell, under that, possessed kind of time, maybe he called her Snips. I feel like I can visualize that in my brain. Cadence. I'm really disappointed in Sabine. Ooh, and I think that when she tells Ezra what happened, he might be upset with her because he sacrificed himself to stop Thrawn, basically gave Thrawn a one-way ticket way back. A one-way ticket back. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Ezra literally just was hey, I'm gonna sacrifice my whole entire life so this guy doesn't interfere anymore. And then Sabine's here's the portal. Come into the rest of the world. Come back to the world now. So, you know what? That's a great point, Cadence. That might not go down too well with Ezra. That's a great way to put it. You're just deprived of Star Wars beauty. Yeah, it's you're not crazy. We're not going to judge you. But also, it's phenomenal. You're missing out. Give us your question, OJ. My favorite duel is Luke versus Vader in Jedi. Yeah, it's iconic one, isn't it? I've seen some people really upset ended on a cliffhanger, saying there was a bag. I can't fault that choreography, man. I'm not really sure what will make Star Wars fan happy. I'm pretty critical usually, but I loved it. Yeah, I'm kind of the same. But it was almost perfect. AA, almost certain it's the sun. My goodness. John coming in with a $10 reduce. My goodness, John. Very generous of you. Thank you so much, friend, for supporting the show. What have you got for me? One of the commercials had dialogue from Anakin telling Ahsoka, you can do this, or something similar. So, something similar to that. So I think it's actually Anakin. Well, that's my thought. I really think we're going to get this training scene. I think he's going to give her some life wisdom, and then he's going to send her on her way off to the new galaxy, and she's going to have some new lessons from him. And that's how everything's gonna be fixed, because she learned some final lessons from Anakin. So that's why I'm not fully committed. I get the whole sun thing and the scar and he's not glowing and all these kinds of things, but I really think it is him, because I think we're gonna have to get this training scene. It would be complicated, but oh well. Yes, I love that Ivan. Oh, jump the gun. I'm already there, champion. It's jump the gun. It's so good. Yeah. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely, the special does come out tomorrow. I'm very excited. I don't actually understand what this special is, but we will be going live for it. We will be here. I will be here. I'm not like, when is it the same time? Is it 6 p.m. Pacific? Is it like the same thing? I don't know. What is it, like a behind the scenes? Is it like a clip from the show? I don't know. Does anyone have any extra information on this special look? But we'll be going live tomorrow, whenever it is. It might be coming in the middle of the night, so we'll see how we go. But we'll be going live after that to discuss whatever the hell happens in it. I'm very keen for that. I'm more grounded. Yeah, true. Absolutely. Episode was great, says Cole. Can't wait to the next episode. My question, where's the daughter? Where's Morai? Well, the daughter's technically dead, but her essence is Morai. She's near Ahsoka all the time. Yeah, that's my question. Where the hell is Morai? Come on. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was like, there's some sort of scene where she's possessed that he calls her that. $2 dues. Another Miss Soupy from Diamond Fix coming in. Who was Balin's master? Kiadi Mundi. No, you know what? Actually, no. You know who it was? It wasn't Kiadi Mundi. It was Kiadi Ray. That's who it was. Yeah, that's. I hope it like dropped into the live stream just then. But could have been Kiadi Ray. Could have been Kiadi Mundi. I don't know who else. Yarrell Poof. I don't know. What do you think it is? Who do you think it is? Thank you for the $2 dues. Dropping that generosity. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Triggered. I'm getting triggered, OJ. Do you think this is Anakin in the last scene, or the son, or maybe even Vader? I think it's Anakin. Absolutely. She'll return as Ahsoka the White. I've seen this theory that it's kind of she's going to go back to the start of the scenes and come back as Ahsoka the White. It's going to be very interesting. Which, to be honest, I don't love that theory. Release at 3 a.m. Eastern Time, 12 a.m. Pacific. Ooh, tomorrow. Okay. When's that for me? Oh, that's like tomorrow night. Oh, that's annoying. Mace? It could be Mace. Nada! Could have been Kid Fisto. If it was Plo Koon, could be. I don't know. Balin wouldn't be that kind of... Balin wouldn't be too... Like, he only knows of Ahsoka through Anakin. But I feel like if it was Plo Koon, he would be a lot more familiar with who Ahsoka is. His master was Coleman Traber. Oh, yeah, that's why he's so sour. Because his master died early. Hey, Tony, how you doing? It's so good. It's very refreshing, isn't it? It's very, very refreshing. All right, let's get into it. We're gonna get the race thing back on for this part. It's whiteboard time. It is whiteboard time, baby. Let's go there. Let's go there. Please don't fall. All right, it's your favorite time of the show where we get the whiteboard out and start thinking of some theories, explaining some ideas, and discussing what the hell happened in that episode. We're going to start off with the first and everyone's kind of going this. So I was like, let's do it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this final scene. Is it Anakin? Is it not Anakin? Is it the son? Let's talk about it. Give me your thoughts. Is she dreaming? How did she get there? Did Did she fall into the ocean? Is the ocean the portal to the world between worlds? What is happening? Also, just cracking open a fresh packet of whiteboard markers today. Because last week they all just kept fading. It was very upsetting. You can write down chicken. What? No clue for what the hell does that mean? Look at that fresh packet. Fresh packet. Oh, delicious. Can't get any better. Can't get any better. All right, let's go. Let's go. Please sing Mace Windu. Window. Thank you for the $2 dues. I like how you said it and then put it in a dono as well. To just make your point clear. I need like a little container for these bad boys. Oh well. Okay, let's talk about it. What the hell's happening with Anakin and Ahsoka? Don't get high. That's hilarious. Could it actually be the brother from Rebels? Stop sniffing the markers. They do smell good. They do. Why do they smell so good? Why is that a thing? All right. All right. Anakin and Ahsoka. Okay, let's talk about it. Who's Anakin? Who's Anakin? Okay, so chat, who thinks it's going to be the sun? That's what I'm like. If it's the sun, it's like, give me the explanation on why it would be the sun. If you think it's the sun, give me like your reason. The sun. Does he have a name? Wouldn't it be funny if he had a name like Bruce or something? We just call him the sun, but his real name's like Ryan. $10 dues coming in from John, another big generous soupy. Thank you so much, buddy. It's Anakin. He's not the typical Force Ghost. Force Ghost because in the War Between Worlds, it's like the Jedi afterlife, so he's not glowing like he would be if he appeared in the real physical world. See, I like that theory, so I'm kind of for that he is actually. Man, I'm shedding hair like no tomorrow. I think it's him, Force Ghost. Because the World Between Worlds... Let's get this established. I agree. The World Between Worlds is the Jedi afterlife. I think that's where they hang out when they die and they are a Force Ghost. I totally agree with you here. I think when they come into the real physical world, they glow and they emit and they're like... translucent and you can't touch them, but then in the War Between Worlds they're like their physical selves. That's what I think. So I like that theory, John, and thank you for your generosity. Is overflowing today. Thank you. Where's he think it's the father son of Shmi. Yeah, fair enough. Toby the son. See, yeah, imagine if he just had a normal name, Toby. We all just call him the sun. It's definitely the sun pretending to be Anakin. He's probably not happy with Ahsoka. So, okay, let's talk about if it was the sun. What's his motive? What's his motive here? So does he know Thrawn? If it is the sun, does he know Thrawn? And he's like in with Thrawn, or is it just because he wants revenge on Ahsoka? Which one is it? If you are in that party that thinks it is the sun, is it what's his reasoning for coming back and doing this? You know what I mean? Give me your reasoning. Oh, that's another. Yeah, is it Vader's lightsaber or not? It's tricky, is it? I don't think so. I don't think it is, to be honest. I think it's Anakin only because he was redeemed, was able to appear as a Force ghost in the end of the OT. Yeah, I think it's Anakin. Anakin is Anakin. Anakin saved Ahsoka because, unlike Kanan saving others, Ahsoka would have just died for no reason. That's a good point. Couldn't the son be still pissed that Anakin and Ahsoka, so messing with them will probably be his plan? So, okay, yeah. So, travelers, you're in the party with that idea of just, yeah, he just wants revenge on Ahsoka, right? Jar Jar. Bob the son, the chosen one. Yeah, I would agree with that, but, you know, I think there's a lot of discussion around it, isn't it? It's interesting. Inertia coming in saying the son needs help coming to the real world. Yeah, so maybe he's stuck in there, but he wants to get back into the real world. Okay, I like that. That can kind of work. He's the reason that he wants to escape and cause destruction in the galaxy. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of his plan, eh? He reveals Marek and immediately gives us another theory to discuss. Yeah, it's so funny, isn't it? There's a theory every week, hey? Zero the Hutt, imagine. He's come back. I don't know for sure if it's Vader's lightsaber. It could just be how dark it is in there. I've seen that theory, yeah. Like, it's in a dark room. Actually, we discussed that on Dark Side Secrets. Shout out Star Wars Sith and Diamond. Definitely Anakin's saber. It's just the shadow. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that. Voodoo. He just wants to turn Ahsoka evil, then turn her loose back into the known galaxy. Oh, like an apprentice type thing? That's an interesting thought. That'd be interesting. Hey, Eric. It's on the board. That's how you catch up. Someone has to say it. I'm surprised you were the first one. Someone has to say it. John, another soupy. Oh, bro, you're hitting it out of the park today. Thank you for your generosity. Coming in with another $2 dues. He finally learned how to save the ones he loved. Ooh. So okay, let's go on the plane that it is Anakin. What's he gonna tell her? What's gonna transpire? What's gonna happen in between them? So I don't know how to spell, dude. So maybe that's actually a really beautiful point here, John. Maybe as much as we're focusing on how does this complete Ahsoka's character, or, you know, progress her character, I think it's a bit of a completion for Anakin's character. We could definitely see it like that. So it's, you know, his whole thing was he wanted to save the ones he loved, and he couldn't, and that's why he fell. But maybe by saving Ahsoka in this instance and sending her on the right path and giving her kind of parting advice and all that kind of things, maybe he's actually fulfilling that in himself now. And he feels fulfilled. I think we're supposed to think it's the sun, but in reality, it's just to throw us off. Also, not Vader's saber. That's Anakin's Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, I'm on the boat where it's. I think it's Anakin's. I think it's Vader's. Morai guided Ezra to the world between worlds, so I think she did it again with Anakin. Oh, we could see how, like, yeah, Anakin's in there or something. I could see that. It could be Palpatine. Imagine if it was Palpatine. That'd be hilarious. I don't think so. I don't think it is, but that's an interesting thought. Exactly. Somehow Palpatine returned. Dave, the father is the balance. The sister Morai is the light, and the son is the dark. He wants He wants to see the dark side win. Simple. Yeah, he just wants the destruction. I don't know. I came back to see cardio and come with electric guitar. Vibes look so crisp. Can't get any crisper. Hear the crunch. Plo Koon is Balin's master. We think? We think so? I don't know. He would be more aware of who Ahsoka is, in my opinion. Like, Balin kind of only speaks about Ahsoka being like, oh, like, I know Anakin and, like, you were kind of around. Like, I feel like if Plo was his master, it would have been more like, I know so much about you. But in saying that, Dave Filoni, he loves his Plo Koon. I think that would have been an awesome connection. I think that would be an awesome thing. It would be so cool to see that discovered. And to see, like, Ahsoka understand that. That'd be cool to see her finding that out. Oh, that's actually a great point here, DB. Dark side users don't become Force ghosts. So it can't be like... I don't know, but I think because the sun is such a different entity than, like, a Sith user, I think he could still find his way between the world between worlds. I think he could still find his way in. CG coming in with a $5 reduce. Thank you, champion, for the big soupy. Not sold on it being the sun because he was eliminated by Anakin in the Mortis arc in Clone Wars. Yeah. But it would be like an interesting... If he was to come back, he would be in this way. Hey, I feel like there's still some sort of method there that he could be returning. I don't want it to... Just for the record, I do not want it to be the sun. I hope it's not at all. So... I'm betting on you being right, CG. Thank you for the $5 reduce. We are in class. Class in session. Pay attention, damn it. Oh. So he would be doing the same to Ahsoka. Yeah, pretty much, hey. He would be doing the same. Being in and out. What is the Anakin is the sun theory? That's the theory. Summed up. People thinking... the sun is showing up as Anakin. That's the theory. I mean, the sun is the biggest threat if he escapes. He's literally the embodiment of the dark side. He's dangerous and type of godlike being, so that's bad. It is bad. So that's why I'm like, it'd be interesting that, coming back to think, does he know Thrawn? Is this involved? Is this like connected? Would he know Thrawn? Does Thrawn know him? It'll be weird to have these like two major threats of Thrawn and the sun. That'll be interesting. So many great thoughts here. Sorry, I'm just reading them all right now. Thoughts on Anakin being the father, as the father said he wanted Anakin to take his place. Perhaps he becomes a one with the cosmic force, a bit of a stretch. Oh, that's, you know what? I'm writing that bad boy down. That's a cool idea. Okay, so we got... Force Ghost Anakin. The father. I kind of like that. That's kind of cool that he takes this like new role on, because that's right. He got like offered the job and he was like, no. That is so true. I feel like in the battle with Balin, Ahsoka was using the dark side. Oh, okay. Yes, I was going to bring this up actually. I think, okay. Yeah, let's write this down. Let's write this down because it's an interesting thought. Interesting thought. I actually had this thought, anyway, I wanted to bring this up in the show. Did Ahsoka tap into the dark side a little bit there? So especially, I don't know if you're thinking of the same thing here, Chicken, but I think the moment where Shin appears and she sees Shin and she's like, oh shit, if Shin's here, that means she must have killed Sabine. And she goes, she's like, Sabine! And then there's like a moment, and then Balin, like, I think goes into strike, and then she like thrashes Shin against the rock. She's like, Boof. And then she just like just gets cooked. It was just like a little desperate, and it was like, I mean, right move, but also it was just like a little, it felt like a lunge of emotion. And it was definitely the moment that's what kind of let Balin win. Coming back to the piece of dialogue that she says in episode 3, last episode, where she mentions the fact of the dark side is like, can be powerful in a moment, but it makes you unbalanced. So I felt like that piece of dialogue was actually tying into what happened there. Ahsoka got emotional, leaned into her emotions. I wouldn't say like full on dark side, but it's like, you know what I mean? She used the dark side power in that just flash of a moment. And that's what made her unbalanced, and that's how Balin technically beat her. Because I think Ahsoka's probably more powerful than Balin, more skilled than Balin. I think. I probably haven't seen enough of Balin yet. But I would make that call now. But I think Balin won in this battle, in this duel, because of that one piece of dialogue that she said. It's like, okay, she tapped into it like very slightly, and it made her unbalanced. So, you know, physically that made her unbalanced. She, you know, like fell over the edge in the next like moment. So that's my little mini rant there. I think that's an interesting thought to have. Did she tap in a little bit there? That was a very powerful line, actually. I really love that line. What if Anakin has something to show or teach something to Anakin? What? Do you mean Ahsoka? To Ahsoka? Maybe the ability to be a Force ghost? We hear the voice in Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Maybe I think he has more to show her. More about my idea is that, so let's go, I don't know where to put this. So if we talk about Anakin, the training, if he's training her, let's talk about that. Emotional awareness. The green's not that bright, is it? The green's not fantastic. Oh well. I think he needs to teach her something about emotional awareness. I think that's going to be kind of the lesson. But let me know what you think the lesson could be. Would absolutely die for Anakin and Ahsoka speaking about his redemption. Yeah, 100%. I think that needs to be a conversation for sure. Because if we think about the scene specifically, you know, I didn't think I'd see you so soon. And then it's just left on that. I think the dialogue directly after that would be, she's like, how are you here? Or like, how am I seeing you? And he's like, I turned good. Or I turned light. And then maybe she says, like, how or when or how did that happen? And then they just talk about it a little bit. That'd be insane. Hey, I love that diamond fix. That's cool. That's a cool idea. Immediately Rey, Anakin is Rey? What? Immediately Rey, Anakin is Rey. I just can't see a connection. Wait, what? What? It's me? Am I Anakin? Am I Anakin? Oh, I love that. I love that. There's a lot of antagonists. Hey, there's so many antagonists. Raphael, what do you think? Guys, why the son would be imprisoned? I think that makes no sense to me. And Moray is literally the reincarnation of the daughter. So why is the son couldn't have an avatar also? That's a good point. What is he? What animal would he be if he was reincarnated? So the daughter turned into like an owl, like a bird owl thing. What would the son be? Oh no, wait, didn't he had a reincarnation, didn't he? Wasn't he like a dragon thing? Gundark? I don't know. Could be Inertia. Also kind of thinking this meeting in the world between worlds will have something to do with her white robes. Maybe this is where she becomes more enlightened thanks to Anakin. I think so. I don't know if we'll get the whole, like, this is, like, the scene in the end of Rebels is, like, her after that. I don't think they're going to make that connection. I think they've kind of retconned the white robe thing, to be honest. I think that's kind of moved on. No, it's not like a multiverse type thing. It is more of a portal and a pathway and a force area. It's less of a parallel universe type thing. But we'll be getting into what the war between worlds is very shortly. I've got a little video we're going to share. I'm going to share on that. I'm going to watch it together. Talk about that in a moment. But it's less of a multiverse, not really multiverse. But Marty agreeing with that idea? She totally put Shin in her place. Yeah, 100%. When she force pushed Shin, she very clearly tapped in the dark side. It looked like even Balin was caught off guard. Plus, it was a violent threat. Yeah, you know what I mean? Sorry, I'm like a bit behind on the chat, but you agreeing with me? Wow, I'm 6 minutes behind the chat. I'm so sorry. My God. It's a good time, isn't it, Jackson? Hey, Jonas. I think the night witch magic weakened her when she grabbed the map. That's a good point. She was hurt. She was like disabled a little bit. So I think that's why I'm like, I think she would have won that battle if she wasn't just unbalanced a little bit. Can you explain why Anakin has his hand cut off but seems the age before Anakin turned to the dark side? Is it a contradiction? Can you explain why Anakin has his hand cut off but seems to be the age before Anakin turned to the dark side? Because you don't present as a Force Ghost as a Sith. So he's presented the last time he was a Jedi and he was in the light. So it's back to that time period. So that's like why he wouldn't show up as Vader. You know what I mean? And obviously at that time, his hand was cut off because he was like, because this is not before. It's not before Attack of the Clones, Anakin. So this is after that. So he got his hand cut off when he was like, what is he, like 20? He's like 20 then in Attack of the Clones. So it's definitely after that. He's in the robes and he's got the hair of older that, so that's why his hand he's got his robotic hand at that point. Anakin. Oh man, imagine if they mention Padme. My God, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. Anakin telling Ahsoka his connection saved him. Luke returns the Jedi might help her balance herself because I feel like she's been holding herself back from people because she's been afraid but won't admit it. That is a great point. I think so. I agree with this. I think there's a lot of like just her fear and of the unknown of like what's happened in the past. That's like she's still holding on to, and she needs to unlock that. So that's why I'm like the training thing. I think is a key thing, and that's why I wrote emotional awareness. He's got to teach her something about emotions and expression, all those kinds of things. I think it's going to unlock a little bit of her. Her hand was burned. Yeah, 100%. I'm so behind on the chats. I'm trying to catch up. We're glad you're here, Angelina. You think it looked bad, Philip? I didn't mind it. I mean, there's a lot of kind of reasoning and justifications I can say of like why. Like He's a Force being. Have you seen Yoda in Rebels? Jeez, he looks different. You know what I mean? Yeah, I saw. Wait, who said that? Someone said that, and I was like, that would be hilarious if that's like the case, that she has the coordinates like on her hand. She's like, oh, I know where to go now. It's hilarious. It's like when you're presenting something and you need to like remember a key point, being like, "G'day there, welcome to the race side." It's like, you know, when you like write down notes in your hand. It's like that. I like that. That'd be hilarious. I know it's dumb, but it would be tight if when Ahsoka is walking around the War Between Worlds, one of them gates sees Grogu in a full Mandalorian armor and kicking ass. That'd be hilarious. Imagine. Oh, jeez. All right, Kane, what else have you got to add to our Anakin and Ahsoka brainstorm? And we're going to get into the depths of the War Between Worlds very shortly. So, Anakin and Ahsoka training. Let me know before I start to wipe this off. What extra things are we going to see in the training? Are we going to see other gates? I think we're going to see maybe they're going to like walk. They're going to be walking. Okay, here's what's going to happen. They're going to be walking down the War Between Worlds path. And they're going to be walking past gate by gate. One's going to be the Mustafar battle. One's going to be maybe something with Padme. One's going to be a Clone Wars thing. And Anakin's going to be explaining some sort of concept to Ahsoka. And he's going to be referencing these moments in time. I think that's what we're going to see. Well, hopefully we see him. I hope. Actually, that can be another gate. We could see Rex if we get a Clone Wars flashback. If we get a Clone Wars flashback, it could be Rex. So, okay. So while this is happening, hey, Indy Yoda. We're going to see clankers, you think? Ahsoka as Gandalf should come back as Ahsoka the White. I could see that. I could see that happening. It's a good point. It's a very, very good point. They're just walking by, seeing their gates light. Yeah, I think so. I think that, again, the green is not fantastic, but so can Anakin walk around the War Between Worlds. Oh, hang on. Looking into gates. Oh, dude, no. We got so much time. We have so much to do. It's okay. We're not ending. We have so much to do. That's so perfect. I hope this happens, especially if one of the gates shows Ahsoka leaving Anakin. Oh, that'll be killer. Oh, it's gonna be killer. It's gonna be so insane. All right, let me know, Angelina. Give it to me. Give it to me. Love to hear it. Ooh, I would be down for that. Oh my god, imagine if they got, I feel so bad, the actress's name that it's rumored that she's playing a young Ahsoka. Imagine if that's true. It's a young Ahsoka, but Ashley's voice on top. Insane. That'd be nuts. That'd be crazy. Yeah, a couple of people saying that. Oh, I love that. I love that. Anakin is evil somehow. I don't know. Yeah, but I don't think they would worry about that. Like, it's so hard. And maybe it's just because I am such a big fan, but I'm like, it's a Star Wars show. Like, absolutely attract the masses, be an interesting show that anyone can watch, but also, it's a Star Wars show. No wonder we're having people, including myself, being like, it's diluted. Because we're trying to attract new audiences that have no understanding of Star Wars. But it's like there are millions. There are millions and millions of people that do know Ahsoka and Rex and Cody. Well, of course they know Cody from Revenge, but like all the characters from Clone Wars and even Rebels. There are millions of people that love Hera, Ezra, Chopper, Zeb, Sabine. Yes, there's millions that don't, but also this is an Ahsoka show. It's an Ahsoka Star Wars show. I'm like, I get like irritated by that. I'm like, make it Star Wars. It's weird if they go, oh, it's not. It's too Star Wars. It's like, well, then where's the real, like, where's the deep Star Wars then? You know what I mean? Oh, anyway, separate rant. Yeah, they did. I forget her name, but she looks really like her. I'd like that. Saw a theory on Twitter that it's a force, that is Vader force projecting into the world between worlds to convince Ahsoka to turn the dark side. Jeez. It's gnarly. Let's write that down. I feel like the whiteboard is the new reaction cam. I feel like you guys love the whiteboard. Savannah Stein, thank you, Nimble. Appreciate that. She looks so much like her. It would be like Boba. That's so true. They'll be like, is that Boba Fett? Boba Fett? Where? That line will never not make me laugh. That is such a great line. Also, we are so close. We are at almost 80 viewers. I wonder what stream will it be where we crack 100 live viewers? That'd be insane. Insane. That's a good point. I think so. I think, what could it be? 88. If he's going to teach Ahsoka about something, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? That's impossible. Is that legal? Could Vader and Sith Ahsoka take the Emperor? But why? What do you mean? Why? What? Actor who is in the cast list, but he could be any of the clone troopers or Boba. No, true. Does he know Thrawn? You should read more Thrawn books. What, the son? Does the son show up? I know Anakin knows Thrawn, dude. But, I'm saying the son. Does the son know Thrawn? Like, and like, particularly at this time, does Thrawn know about it's like if it's the son and he's like force projecting as Anakin, whatever the hell, does the son know about Thrawn? Or are you saying that comes up in a book? Oh, so many questions. I want to flesh out this green idea. Anakin training Ahsoka. If it is really Anakin, if we're getting him imparting wisdom into her, what could that be? What could that be? You can see the line. Do you see it now? Do you see it? I love it. Hey, Ben. Oh my gosh. How you doing? Can't hang for long. I'm at an NFL watch party. Oh my god, amazing. But I just want to say, excited for next week. It must be special since it's in theaters. Have a good stream. Hope to see you next one, Ben. We're going to be having a 2-hour countdown to episode 5 next week. So it's going to be great. I hope to see you there. Enjoy your watch party. Hang out with your buddies. What's some NFL... What's some like sports food? Nachos? Wings? I don't know. What do you eat at a watch party? Amazing. I'm listening, Angelina. Let me know. Just write it down and I'll read it. Do you think Ezra is with Thrawn? Probably. Probably. What if it's Anakin while he ventured out to Mortis? He saw and saved Ahsoka in this time, then forgot about it later. Oh, you're saying like this is like a part of the Mortis arc in Clone Wars, and then he just like forgot about it, or we haven't seen it? Is that what you mean? That's a kind of a complex thought, if I've understood that correctly. But I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. Oh, and I almost missed a soupy. From Josh coming in with a $5 redos. Thank you for the big soupy friend. Appreciate the generosity. A long time ago, some galaxies far and further away. The back half is about to be crazy good. Times. Sorry, forgot a word. Crazy good times. It is about to be crazy good. I can't wait for the next week. It's going to be insane having to wait for it. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. Thank you so much for the dono. Bought a new fresh pack of whiteboard markers for this bad boy. So that's where your money's going to. So thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Nachos and wings, is that a thing? Yeah, like that's the thing, right? Super sane. That's hilarious. Perhaps things he's learned from his redemption, reflecting on the course of his life, giving insight into someone who's seen both sides of the Force firsthand. That's a good point. Good point, baby. Amazing idea. W. I'll be there next week. P.S. Ate about 30 boneless wings tonight. Oh, see, I knew. Back to the diet tomorrow. That's okay. Think of the protein of 30 wings. That's actually an insane amount. The protein of 30 wings. Calculate that. Can't wait to see you. I think Jacob said this, but you may have missed it. I know, I feel like I'm missing a lot today. But I love it. It means there's a lot of you here hanging out and chatting, so I love it. Anakin is the father, needs Ahsoka to help him fight the brother and son. Not sure if you saw that theory. Something, probably. But interesting. So we're saying if Anakin is the father, so we've got that here. So the father needs Ahsoka to help fight the brother and son. Not sure. I feel like maybe that would go too far in a different direction. You know what I mean? Like, I get this whole son-father-mortis theory, but it's like we already have a lot of antagonists, and this is just me being critical. It's like we already have a lot of antagonists: Balin, Shin, not Merrin. God, what the hell's her name? Morgan Elsbeth. Lol. Marek just died. Like, it'll be interesting if they brought in this whole other the plot line of the father, the Force, and the son. I mean, it's very plausible, but I'm like, is it too much? Is it too much? You know what I mean? It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I get that, Mr. Mustafa. Jason, what a weird way to put that. That's hilarious. Oh, maybe undiscovered force power that hasn't been common yet. Maybe that technique. Oh, maybe new force power. I like that. Let's put that down. New force power? That's cool. I like that. Anakin is Wade! It's Wade! Oh, I love it. It will. It definitely will. That's a good point. Hey, Brady. Give us your thoughts on Anakin and Ahsoka. What's happening in this scene? Stay here. Stay strapped in. We're about to watch a little bit of a clip about the world between worlds. I'll be back in just a moment. Sit tight. Grab a snack or something. Maybe. I'm always so surprised by how many of you stay. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. If you're just joining or you weren't here at the very start, there are new tier lists. There is new tiers to the channel memberships. Become a Padawan Knight or Master today. For all these amazing perks of whatever tier you choose, make sure you go to my channel. Then there's a whole entire tab called memberships. Check out all the details over there. And I hope to see you in the ranks and joining for more Rayside fun. I should be a, you know what I sound like? One of those, like, you know, like you do advertisements at, like, events. Welcome to the 86th annual Beyblade contest. You know what I mean? Like one of those people. I should be that. It's funny. How is it humble? I feel bad. I feel bad for telling you. Oh, man. I love it. They're chilling at Starbucks. Starbies. Probs. Host a game show. Thanks, bro. Oh, I love it. All right. Well, let's put this board to rest for just a moment. We're going to leave it up there, just in case we have any extra thoughts here. We're gonna strap in. For a little watch party, little watch time. There's been a lot of discussion on War Between Worlds. What is it? What does it mean? When did this first come up in Star Wars? Let's talk a little bit about it. If you were with me, we did a wonderful, extremely fun watch party. For the kind of 4 weeks before Ahsoka, watching Rebels Recon, the behind the scenes show that dives into each episode of of Rebels, of Star Wars Rebels. And this episode is from season 4, episode 7. It dives into the War Between Worlds. It's a really interesting one. We're gonna watch it together. It's just a 10-minute clip. So I'm going to pop it up on the screen and we're going to see if we can find some more interesting piece of information. But again, if you've been with me through the Rebels Recon, you would have seen this already. But let's refresh. What the hell did they talk about in this episode? Let's take a look.
Characters, and now I'm here to show you how it all came together.
Okay.
What's shaken, loyal Rebels viewers? It's Andy Gutierrez coming to you from inside Lucasfilm with the penultimate episode of Rebels Recon. This week we saw the return of not one but 2 fan favorite characters, and now I'm here to show you how it all came together. So step with me into my very own world between worlds. This is Rebels Recon. Taken to the Jedi Temple by Lothwolves, Ezra and Sabine discover a portal that transports Ezra to a world between worlds.
Master Yoda? Obi-Wan? Where are you?
Realizing the mysterious world gives him the ability to change fate, Ezra rescues Ahsoka from her duel against Darth Vader on Malachor.
Ahsoka?
Ezra? When the Emperor attempts to seize control of this power, Ezra makes a narrow escape, destroying the Jedi Temple and allowing the Padawan to say a final goodbye to his master.
Goodbye, Kanan.
So actually, I'm just gonna, I feel bad for pausing, but this is an interesting point, because this actually happens where, you know, Ezra goes to see Kanan or a Lothwolf. And it's not this whole thing that Kanan is going to, and they discuss this in an episode. Ezra's not going to save Kanan, even though he's got the portal there. He could grab Kanan. It would change too much. So this is very much. If anyone has, I haven't seen anyone see this be like, oh, why can't Ahsoka just like save Anakin? I think that's, you know, it's important that the role of how the things work in the Force and the universe happen.
This week, we not only got to see the return of Ahsoka, but of the Emperor as well. I sat down with the cast and crew to talk about what the Emperor was really after in the Jedi Temple, a little more information about the Mortis gods, the world between worlds, and Ahsoka's fate. Check it out. In this episode, we see the Empire excavating the Jedi Temple. Is this the sort of thing that they do regularly?
I don't know if I'd say regularly, but it is an expression of Palpatine's interest in arcane knowledge.
What I love about this episode is that it actually exposes something that is not part of the regular Rebel mission, and it's not the known entity of what they're doing. What you get a little bit more understanding around is what the Emperor might be after in terms of furthering his own power. Not just about taking over control of the galaxy and ruling with order, but what other devious things he might be wanting to discover that sort of secure him as the ultimate power in the universe.
We've long...
Oh, I'm muted. So, someone did say this. Who said this? Palpatine? I don't think they'll go there. I don't think in this show, in Ahsoka, I don't think it's anything to do with Palpatine. I mean, I know they're talking about this scene, but it's like, yeah, I don't know if it could be. I don't think it could be Palpatine.
Discussed in meetings that the Emperor would be somewhat obsessed with history and the Sith, and that's one of the reasons why I was looking for the temple on Malachor. And one of the things he knows about is this kind of place or a gateway where he can control through time and space different events through the Force.
What was it like working with the original Palpatine, Ian McDiarmid, as a voice actor in this episode?
He was incredible. When we did introductions, he is the most charming gentleman, and then we started the record, and he just went right into the Emperor. It was like he just switched it on. It was like, whoa.
He is fantastic. It was a fun bit. I didn't really ever see that happening, but to hear Ian say Ezra Bridger and Ahsoka Tano was pretty cool. Pretty magic moment in my time here at Star Wars, that's for sure.
Because we had already sort of crossed a lot of the same bridges with Obi-Wan and Tarkin and Yularen, we'd done enough characters that had appeared in live action that by the time we got to the Emperor, it was easier to figure out what would work and what wouldn't work because we'd done enough characters in that sort of vein. He was one of the more sort of painless designs. Ian McDiarmid has a very distinctive profile, so as soon as you get that big Hulk nose in and you put in the scary orange eyes and you know that that voice is going to be there, you could almost just do that. Ugly and old is always going to be easier than pretty and young, so no offense to Ian McDiarmid or anything, but saying the character of the Emperor is fairly ugly and old, so it makes life easier.
The painting on the wall of the temple is a representation of the Mortis gods seen in the Clone Wars. Can you give us some insight on the Mortis gods for those who need a refresher?
The Mortis gods were a concept created by George when we worked on Clone Wars, and he had us do this arc that basically dealt with Anakin being tested by these Force wielders, George called them, to see if he was this prophesized chosen one, which seemed to be a common prophecy among many different Force wielders.
So here is where I was thinking, because I was like, oh, aren't they already animals? So that's the son there. That's not a Gundark, but it's some sort of animal. And then the daughter was like an eagle thing. Phoenix. No. What do you call that thing when it's like a horse and an eagle? I don't know. Yeah, George came up with Mortis gods.
In groups, and they were the first creation by George of somebody other than a Jedi or a Sith that could wield the Force and do it on a...
That's fascinating. So yeah, so these were so just what he said there. These were the first beings that weren't a Jedi or Sith that George created. Very interesting.
Almost godlike level. So I'd been working on somewhat history of what they are really and where could they have come from and what all that meant back when we did Clone Wars, and then I resurrected it here in Rebels to tie things a bit together and make certain storylines possible.
It was a challenge to have the story point where the wall actually comes alive. For the first time on Rebels, we actually did some 2D animation and we integrated into our 3D animation pipeline. We worked with a studio called GhostBot. We worked closely to make sure that it was seamless, the integration.
It's really neat to see this 2D kind of painting come to life. It was sort of a collaboration of figuring how could we make this a little more mystical? How could it not just be a still painting, but like once things start moving and getting up, then it becomes this other world and this sort of enchantment kind of feel. Trying to figure out the logistics of it was something that was definitely new to us, but I think in the end it came out really good.
The thing about Mortis was an notion that the Force can take you places. So the Force basically is deeper and more powerful than anyone can ever imagine. Yes, there's that impressive ability to move things with your minds, to do Jedi mind tricks, to fight with a lightsaber, but that is ultimately a real mortal manifestation of the Force. There's bigger, deeper things out there.
This is one of the most trippy episodes of Rebels. How did Dave explain the whole world between worlds thing?
This is a really good part, and Ezra, funny enough, I shared a clip of what he's about to say here, literally this morning, if you've seen that little short. But this is cool, what he says here.
Yeah.
So what is the war between worlds? How did Dave explain it to, I forget everyone's names, oh my god, I feel bad.
The way Dave explained it was actually pretty clear, more clear than the Lothwolves and how they interact with the Force, but it's essentially a place where you can go and access anything. Time is not a concrete thing. Time is flexible, you can go forward, backwards, any which way.
This idea was very driven by Filoni and thinking about how we'd utilized the temple before, what was actually happening there, and the way in which all of these things could be connected through the Force. And I think it is very much in some ways in the spirit of the cave on Dagobah.
Because we'd sort of got a glimpse of something very similar in earlier seasons, we were able to sort of build on that. We built a relatively small planetarium that has the main paths on it, and then the hope is that by using background paintings, you sell the audience on the idea that this thing just extends.
This was a really interesting thing to see come to life. The fact that there were these portals of different areas that you could go back to, and basically we were walking on paths, so like we added like little sort of ripples and things to Ezra's footsteps and stuff as he's going through here, and different times where there's voices going on that he's hearing.
Dave really wanted this to feel like this vast empty space, that it just felt like you were just walking almost like in a snow globe. Imagine if I had little tiny LED lights hanging from string all around this room, and I shut off the lights, and you're just walking along those stars, as opposed to space that feels like everything's plastered to the outside. And so that was very important for us to have that and these constellations that were always in frame.
I always have.
So, I mean, just from that, even though a lot of that was got to do with, you know, how visually, how does the war between worlds looks, but there is a good explanation in there of, you know, time doesn't really exist in it. So it's less of a multiverse, it's a parallel reality and all these kinds of things. It's just a force. I like they say it's kind of like a snow globe with all the portals, and you just kind of see what's happening in it. It's just a force realm. It's not like a parallel universe as such. I saw people saying that before. But is this making sense to people? If you haven't seen this before, let me know, because I really love these clips of their descriptions of it, of all these you know, Carrie Beck, Keith Kellogg, like make great descriptions. And then here, I shared this clip, I think yesterday or the day before. This is Dave really expanding on it. So if you really don't know or want to just know more, there's some really great dialogue in here of Dave explaining more about the war between worlds.
Several small goals. One of the things I wanted to do was find a way to tie together all of the Star Wars films and animated series in one place, so that people get this idea that this is all a connected thing, that they're not desperate from each other, that they are inclusive of each other. And I believe that Star Wars has this grandeur to it. I believe the Force has this infinite space to it. So I started seeding in season 1 this idea of a place where there are stars. When Ezra's in the Jedi Temple and he gets his lightsaber crystal, he is in that world between worlds. He just doesn't know it yet because he's too naive and he's not fully unlocked. The next time he's there with Yoda, and Yoda obviously knows about it because Yoda's talking to him through this as some kind of conveyance where they can both exist in this place, but they probably aren't.
Like, look at Yoda there. Sorry to interrupt, but look at freaking Yoda there. If Anakin looks the way he does in Ahsoka, that's fine. If freaking look at Yoda, dude. No one can complain. No one can complain about how Anakin looks if we accept that this is how Yoda looks. You can. I think you can change things because Ezra got Ahsoka out in this episode.
Very far from where they are physically, but it doesn't have anything to do with the physical. It has to do with kind of where they believe they are and where they are mentally. So finally, when he unlocks all the secrets, he can go
that was a great point.
This place and have more. Next time he's there with Yoda, and Yoda obviously knows about it because Yoda's talking to him through this as some kind of conveyance where they can both exist in this place, but they probably aren't very far from where they are physically. But it doesn't have anything to do with the physical. It has to do with kind of where they believe they are and where they are mentally.
So it's nothing to do with the physical. It's about where they believe they are. It's where they are mentally. That's a really great point to hold on to, because I think, there's been, and I remember talking about this yesterday of, how did Ahsoka get into the World Between Worlds? That's a bit of a question going around. Because it's this weird force state, it's not, I don't think she needed necessarily a portal. I think maybe she's just unconscious, like somewhere or something. And she's in here in her mind, in her conscious state. It's very interesting, isn't it?
Finally, when he unlocks all the secrets, he can go into this place and have more of an awareness of what's actually going on. And this is when the full world is revealed to him. And then he knows that evil also wants it. Because things like that are too good to be true, evil always wants those things to destroy them and to use them for ill purposes.
We finally get the answer to what happened to Ahsoka in this episode. Was this the plan all along, or did this come along naturally after telling?
Before we get into this, another great just piece of description here. Travel. So I get what you're saying there, yeah, because people are like, oh, it's time travel. It's not really time travel because it's just a force place. So that's why they have these things called gates. I think gates or windows where you can see particular points of whatever you're thinking about or what's ever pertinent to that situation of force moments. So, and they're going to explain like the moment here, but picking up it says something like you can change events depends on what it is. Yeah, because Ezra makes the decision to save Ahsoka in what they're about to talk about, but then there's also a point where he's faced with Kanan and the final, if you've seen Rebels, spoiler I guess, the final moments of Rebels, and Ezra can see that through the portal in the War Between Worlds, but he makes the decision not to save Kanan. So it's less of just like, oh boop, like you kind of like the freaking Doctor Who, get out of the blue box and you're in a different point in time. It's less of that and more of just like, it's more situational. I think I think it explains it, but yeah, I get it's kind of kind of is time travel, but it's not really. That's not really what I would use to describe it.
The story
Anyway,
of
this is a good piece of dialogue.
Ahsoka and Vader's confrontation.
I believe that this was always Filoni's intention. So much time and thought had been put into not only the battle between Vader and Ahsoka, but what it would mean for the destiny of that character, that it was always in mind as we were moving forward with subsequent stories. I think also one of the significant things of Ahsoka coming back into the story at this moment is that she also helps teach Ezra this final lesson that Kanan was trying to portray to him. She is very much in that moment a conduit for his understanding, to understand what it means to let go, to understand what it means to live with loss. And if you think about it, losing Kanan is like losing his third parent, and how significant that moment is for him and how devastating it is for him to know that he could have the power to be successful and bring him back, but it actually sacrifices everything that they've done before.
How did you learn about Ahsoka's fate?
Absolutely. So that's a great piece of information there, and it's like I love that. It's like Ahsoka's in that point. So that's what so many thoughts. Be cohesive, Hannah. I think that's why I'm leaning into this fact that Anakin has to teach Ahsoka something here. Put a piece of the puzzle together for her and help her do that in Ahsoka in this show, because I feel like that's where there's a missing puzzle piece here of Ahsoka's complete training. And it's similar with Ezra. Ezra needed to understand this concept, go through this experience. And like what they just mentioned there, like Ahsoka helped Ezra realize why he can't just save Kanan and pull him out and save him and we all live happily ever after. That it can't be that way, that we do have to face the tough things to make sure the wider story of good is reached. So it's very deep. Love it. Before we press play on what Ashley has to say, we love Ashley. Tyson coming in with a big $10 dues. Thank you so much, Tyson, for your generosity, man. Big soupy. I appreciate that. I feel like it's not actually Anakin. I think it's the son or just a vision. We'll probably start blaming her for everything that happened, which make her go looking for a way to change things. I like that perspective where, okay, if it is the son, maybe this will prompt her. She'll realize it at some point and prompt her to do something different with time. Very interesting, Tyson. I like that thought. Very creative. Good stuff. Thank you for the generous super. Appreciate that. Okay. Let's hear what Ashley has to say here, and then we'll. I think this is kind of the end of all the juicy bits.
Of course, in typical Dave Filoni fashion, he
losing his third parent, and how significant that moment is for him, and how devastating it is for him to know that he could have the power to be successful and bring him back, but it actually sacrifices everything that they've done before.
How did you learn about Ahsoka's fate?
Of course, in typical Dave Filoni fashion, he keeps you hanging until the very last minute. Prior to the episode, he came in and he broke down the entire episode. That's really when I found out what was happening. And we actually recorded this episode and these scenes several times. We did some rewrites, and then also even just to emotionally get to the right place.
I just really liked this idea of giving fans the completion of that battle and seeing that moment again from a different point of view. The fun thing for me was that I could tell this whole story about her and meeting Ezra and what's going on, and then end precisely where I ended before in season 2. So you're not really farther ahead than you were with her, but you learned a bit of the story that you didn't know existed. So now you know that she really is descending that staircase in the triangle doorway, because you see the triangle doorway behind her, and everything is set up for her to hook up with that moment. Whatever happens after, I mean, who knows at this point.
Has Dave given you any clues as
Dave!
to what is
So with Rebels, that's just another chapter. There's still so much more to learn about her. So I hope this is not the last chapter. I hope we'll find out more about her.
Oh, so good. Chopper? Oh, this is footage from the next episode. Here we go.
Oh gosh, are you okay? I have searched hot.
That was weird. Okay. Oh, so good. So fascinating stuff. Hang on, let's go back to full screen. What do we think? What do we think? Did you learn anything new there? Did you learn anything new? We have watched that before, but just hearing that all again is so fascinating. And it's always great to hear Dave say, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. And then now we're literally here. He's got his whole show about this character. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Just as an aside, I'm loving this show, but how do you think this show is doing in terms of grabbing the attention of more casual fans who haven't seen Rebels? I don't know. I can't make a full judgment. The only judgment I can kind of give is my parents who have a understanding of Star Wars. They know Darth Vader. They know Luke Skywalker. They know Anakin. They have a pop culture, I would say, understanding of Star Wars, of the characters. Have been watching. They've watched all 4 episodes, and they have a pretty sound understanding of what's happening. They probably don't feel the full effect of the incredible moment of an Anakin showing up, and the intricacies of Sabine and Ahsoka's relationship in the past of that. But they definitely understand and follow it. So if that's a generic experience of most people, I think that's pretty good. But I think people can follow it. I think people can be. But again, if you're the deep fan, you'll be getting more out of this show. I've been in Chopper's on the screen. Love to see it. Yeah, Chopper in the World Between Worlds. What a great point to jump in. Oh, I love it. What's a hey? No, thank you for stopping by. Telling you, we're going to get a Luke, I am your father moment of epic when Dave changes Ahsoka to the white Darth Ahsoka? It changes Ahsoka the white to Darth Ahsoka. Dude, that's a big jump. Let's get the music back on. Anyone know the episodes that have the World Between World arc in Rebels? I want to rewatch it before episode 5. Yes, that was season 4, episodes 7 and 8. I want to say, let me double check that. Season 4, episode number 13. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong as anything. Well, let me look it up. Hang on. Give me 2 more seconds. Good God. This is hilarious. Why can't I find this out? Oh, episode 13. I apologize. It wasn't 7 or 8. I'm absolutely lying there. Yeah, season 4, episode 13 of Rebels. That is the key one there. Very key episode to catch up on. I'll be doing the same. I think so. I imagine that the New Republic would now take the threat seriously after that hyperdrive scene. Incoming Leia, Han, and Luke sighting? Oh, not in this show. I don't think so. Or saving that for the movie. If they were to possibly show up, it would be the movie. That's my bet. I doubt that they would be in this show, to be honest. Darth Snips, imagine. Hey, Lady Malfoy. Kind of late to the stream. Can't say, but wanted to say hello. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing fantastically. Hope you're doing just as wonderfully. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. It's cool to draw comparisons to the old conversation during Rebels. As you know, Filoni is considering this season 5 of Rebels. Yeah, it's fascinating because season 4 of Rebels was 2017? 2017? Yeah. So, like, that interview would have been 2017, 2018 or whatever. Wait. No, I'm wrong there. When did Rebels finish? 2018. So that would have been end of 2018. So Mando was about to start. He would have had in his head that he would have wanted Ahsoka to show up in Mando. And so he would have wanted it in his head if that story was to continue with Ahsoka. Because it was in 2020 that we got the announcement of the Ahsoka show. So that would have had a fair amount of establishment of writing and everything done. So yeah, I really think everything what we're seeing now has literally been in motion since Rebels, because you can see his foresight there in that clip. He says that thing of he's been expanding this idea of the world between worlds since season 1. We didn't see it till season 4, episode 13, like in full flight. But he seeded the idea of it in season 1 of Rebels. So that's like a 4-year plan he had there. Insane. Jerome, I'm so confused how going through a portal alters everything and can cause great harm, and yet Ezra pulling Ahsoka did not alter the universe. I think because there was less consequence, like there wasn't immediate connection to everything around Ahsoka in that moment. It just would have been she died, and like nothing too much else would have happened. Whereas keeping her alive and saving her in that moment just propelled the future. I don't think too much would have happened if she was left dead. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Where I feel like, you know, if we go in and stop Anakin from turning, you know, on Mustafar, or, you know, if whatever the hell, or we do kill Anakin on Mustafar, like that would change literally everything. So I think it depends on the situation. I think it depends. Well, actually on this, I think that's why the whole conversation. We do need to rewatch this episode. That Rebels episode. They go see Kanan, and Ezra emotionally wants to go save Kanan. I think we want him to go save Kanan, but Ahsoka's like, no, too much will happen. You can't save him. It's fair enough. He definitely is. Thank you for your comments about this. Yes, yeah, he definitely has a lot of Tolkien connections. This is a great point, Fatch. And actually, let's talk about this. We've gone a lot about World Between Worlds, but let's talk about a little bit of the rest of the show. Hey, there's so much happened. So much happened in it. Yeah. Did Balin just drop that Sabine's whole family is dead? Is that a thing? Let me get the other banner up. Hang on. Where's the other banner? Let's just do this. Exactly, right? Yeah, died in the purge. I would be very sad to I hope he's maybe making it up. I'm kind of putting that in my head that he's making that up. It's kind of sad. Because I was really keen for them to be in the show, to be honest. Rex is gonna be a Force ghost? I don't think so, but we'll keep dreaming. Didn't the Empire bomb Mando? Yeah. They bombed the shit out of Mandalore. Absolutely. Oh yeah, because he said Ahsoka didn't trust her. Could they have stopped the purge of Mandalore? Yeah, my theory is that maybe they were off training somewhere or something. They were like busy doing something, and then they like didn't know or something, or they were like isolated somewhere, so they didn't know about the purge, and then they came back to find out about it, which would be absolutely horrible, of course. Imagine. But I hope we get more about that, because I do know like it's not as pertinent because that's like only a few episodes of Rebels, and only the Rebels people would know that reference. But I hope that's explained a little bit more somewhere. Very, very interesting. Can't wait to watch once it's posted. Thanks for doing this. No worries, Corey. It's a good time. We do it every week. Never miss. Jason coming in with a $5 dues. Just tuned in. Your energy and passion can be felt through the screen. My God, it's like the own world between worlds. It's like when Palpatine. Well, I'm not that I am Palpatine. It's like when Palpatine is trying to like reach through the portal. It's like that. I hope your channel continues to grow and prosper. Thank you. Bit of Star Trek reference there. But thank you, Jason. Thank you for the very kind words and the generous dono. $5 dues. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. That's my question. Could Baylan be lying? I guess he doesn't seem like the type that. Yeah, he kind of feels like he's spitting some truth. But I'm crossing my fingers that he's lying, and he's just used that to get Sabine, because it was really that thing of being like, you're right, Baylan, that she then gave him the map and then went with him. So I'm hoping that he said that lying, using that, and then maybe they turn up later in the show. I would love that. So cool. Like what? Yeah, exactly. Clan Ren is no more. Really, as to why Sabine is so bitter at the start of the show. That is true. If it is true, it makes sense. It makes sense. I think so, Diego. I think that's a really good, and there's like this is the connection I've made. Like the whole thing of the reason that Gandalf survived and like continues on in the story is because he has more to give and teach and help, and that needs to happen for like the balance of Middle Earth, right? I think this is very much that thing. Ahsoka survives and like is alive, and she's definitely not dead. Anakin needs to like give her some parting advice, or she learns some lesson, or something happens in the World Between Worlds. Then it's like, off you go, finish your training and continue your journey. And then she goes, and then we connect back up for the finale, or the end of this show, to be with defeat Thrawn, whatever the hell, kill Morgan Elsbeth, do all these things. But yeah, it's definitely. She needs to. There's a purpose to transform Ahsoka's character, mental thinking here in the World Between Worlds. When I say here, I mean World Between Worlds. Transform that, and then send her back on her way. That's really what I think will be happening. I'm kind of betting on that this is nothing to do with the sun and everything. I think this is gonna be. It's gonna be Anakin training. I think so. Thanks, Jerome. Thank you for coming in for the $2 dues. Appreciate that, buddy. Thank you so much for your generosity. Appreciate your kindness in answering the questions. Oh, this is what it's here for. Fan discussion going off tonight. Loving it. Loving it. It seemed like Baylan wasn't telling Sabine anything she didn't already know. Yeah, it's a good point. It was like he was just reminding her. That's a good point. Stole the entrance in the desert and had it in his ship. What? Oh, the entrance to the cave? Yeah, it's in the Chimera. It's in the Chimera, and that's in the New Galaxy. I think. Okay, here's my theory. I think it's time to. We have another thing to answer. Where is every character by the end of episode 4? We're gonna wipe out the whiteboard. I love this question, but we got another question to answer, and it's kind of related to this. So let's get into it. Let's take a photo first, because I got to tweet it out. Because you guys are legends. These are such great thoughts. Amazing. That's hilarious. Okay. Okay. Let's go. All right, Indy. Love you, brother. Have a good day. You at work? You were on your lunch. You were on your lunch break, weren't you? You cheeky bastard. Oh, thank you, travelers. That is so kind. That is so, so kind. The aluminum falcon. Oh, I love it. I love it. I haven't seen a lot of Robot Chicken, but you know what? I'm thinking of shit we need to do like after Ahsoka's finished because we'll all be depressed and sad that it's done. We should binge watch Robot Chicken together. We should absolutely do that. Okay. All right. So we are now going to be answering the question. Ba-dum-dum-dum. Okay. Where is everyone? The Halo side. That's what's next. No, I'm going on lunch break now. Okay, fair enough. Socialize. Where you're socializing. That's fine. All right, appreciate it. Just see you next time. Hey, do you guys not use that? It's a great phrase. I encourage you to use it. It's a great one. Yeah. Yeah, would that be fun? I'd be down for a Robot Chicken Watch Party. I really have only seen a handful of clips. I really haven't seen a lot of it. Was Gloria the one that was a bit TMI? Because yes, I blocked someone just before. All right, John, we'll catch you next time. Have a great rest of the night. All right. Oh my God, Laz is here. Amazing. Yeah, obliterated. It's a bit full on, wasn't it? It was a bit full on, bit TMI. Bit TMI. I didn't want to know what to do with it, so ooh. Okay. Okay, what the hell? All right. Focus. Okay, focus. Pay attention. All right. So we have I don't know how to color code this. That would be a good watch party, actually. You guys are really funny. So we have... Jeez, I'm super struggling. I don't know how to do a star. New galaxy. All right, so we have Morgan, Balin, Shin, and Sabine. Wow. Got a letter. Sabine on their way to the new galaxy, right? Is Sin City here? Oh my God. That's amazing. Yeah, dude. Oh, these shows go for so long because we have so much to do. Oh, I'm so glad you joined in. I'm about to talk about like where everyone's at and like what's gonna kind of where everyone's gonna go. Where am I? Las Vegas. Hey, Clue Flute. Okay. All right. So we have, yeah. So they're going. Come over here, microphone. Ooh. They're going to. Yeah, that's a wonky star, isn't it? They're going to a new galaxy. Here we go. I think. Go with me here. So this represents the world between worlds. So Anakin and Ahsoka in the world between worlds, right? I put Anakin in quotation marks because some of us think it is him, some of us think it's not. That could be the son, whatever the hell. That's like it's an Anakin form there, right? Right. Oh, were you with us just before? We just spent about 30 minutes unpacking it. We spent about 30 minutes just unpacking the world between worlds. Watch that clip from Rebels Recon. Were you with us for that? Because if not, just go back a little section and we talked about it for 30 minutes there. Yeah, did you all see that post from Gloria? Was that wild? Did I imagine that? That was wild. Okay, all right, let's talk about it. That's true. That's where they are. Okay. Also in the new galaxy. We don't know. I don't know if Ezra and Thrawn are together, but the Chimera. That's the Chimera. Where's Hondo? Thrawn and Ezra here. I don't know if we should debate today. Should we debate today? Where are they together? Are they not together? Where's Hondo? Okay. The other thing to note is... Okay. See, this is where the color coding comes in. So... on the Chimera is the World Between World portal ruins, which I think it's got to go with me here. They're not together, says AA. Yeah, what do you guys think? Are they together? What if the Force doesn't exist in the other galaxy? No one said that. That is an incredible thought. Very interesting. Imagine Thrawn being the villain way down the road, but not now. Balin will backstab him at some moment. He'll become the menace, and everyone will get access to the world between worlds. Oh, gee, that Raphael, that's a big one. Was the Marek Ahsoka killed a decoy? The dust was very weird. Yes. If you haven't seen... Was it you noticed before that you haven't seen Clone Wars? This was a thing in Tales of the Jedi. So, Marek was held together by Night Sister magic. Night Sister being what Morgan Elsbeth is, magic with a K, is like kind of, well, it's just magic really. So he was kind of like he was a being, but he was held together and his strength and force and ability came from magic. So him dying, it's not like he's just a dead body. He reabsorbs into just magic particles, essentially. That's a very brief summary, very, very light summary, if that makes any sense. Okay. Hear me out. This is what happens next episode. They arrive, okay, in New Galaxy. The Chimera's in the New Galaxy. The Chimera has the World Between World portal ruins in it. Ahsoka and Anakin do whatever the hell training. I don't know how to spell. My God. They do training in the World Between Worlds. That happens. That's beautiful. We get some incredible moments from that. Then Ahsoka has to go on her way to be in contact with everyone again and help the galaxy, multiple galaxies now. So Anakin's like, you have all your training now. Off you go. Go back and help everybody. She doesn't go back to Cetos. She doesn't go back to where she was. She, via the War Between Worlds, then spawns or enters the gate to the portal ruins or pieces. I said ruins, they're pieces on the Chimera, which is in the new galaxy, which is how she's gonna like meet up with everyone. That's what I think. That's what I think will happen. Whew. Yeah. It's the live action of the green stuff. Yeah. You get it, Nosha. Sorry, there was someone who said they hadn't seen Clone Wars. I couldn't remember if it was you. Sorry, but you have clearly. Where's Hondo? Yeah, we gotta see Hondo. Hey, Darth Huang, how you doing? Who said that? That's a great idea. This is an interesting thought. I think we'll see Thrawn, Balin, Sabine in episode 6, not 5. That's a good point. That's actually something I could consider. So next episode, we kind of leave that storyline, and even the Hera storyline, the Hera and the New Republic Huang storyline, maybe for episode 6. Then, or next episode is all about the War Between Worlds. Imagine that. It's just all in that space, all about Anakin and Ahsoka. That would be insane. That'd be crazy. That's an interesting theory. Yes. Oh, Diego, I love this idea too. I should have put that. This is what I came up with if it isn't the Purgle thing. If it isn't, she's going to get there through the War Between Worlds. She will use the Purgle. Let me note that. That's a great... Diego, you're a genius. You're a genius. So if Ahsoka can't get to the new galaxy via the War Between World theory I have here, she could get there by the Purgle. Look at my little Purgle down there. She could get it that way. Maybe that. I just left for 3 minutes and the whiteboard is all over, right? Oh, it happens. It'll be focused on Anakin and Ahsoka's journey. Could be. Could be just on that. Oh, I would love to see it. Love to see it. Thrawn isn't going to show up until the last scene of the last episode. Ooh, big call. Could be. I don't think Dave would do that. I don't think Dave would do that. Ooh. My hat is hurting. I feel like I've got to put my hair up. Hang on. BRB. BRB. Hat came off. No hat time. Okay. Let's get the chill music back on. Let's get it going. That is another great question, double A. A lot of time could have passed. It could have been like, what if this is another idea? Okay, say if we do get it in the same episode where the whole Hyper Ring crew gets the new galaxy and they've been there for like 6 months, and then by the time Ahsoka, however the way she gets there and they're like, oh my god, we've been here for like, she finds Sabine and Sabine's like, we've been here for like 6 months, oh my god. Bit of a interstellar thing. That'd be awesome, DB. Yeah, is that a good Purgle? Is that a good Purgle? Can you predict the next cliffhanger? Like when we will next get a cliffhanger, or like if next episode will be a cliffhanger? Is that what you're asking? I think every episode has been a bit of like an interesting point. I mean, this week was definitely a big cliffhanger. Probably every episode from now on is going to be a cliffhanger, to be honest. Did I miss it or did I skip it? Ask that question. It is, Laz, isn't it? It's cool. There you go. Yeah, you're a big Purgle guy, Tim. You want that on a shirt? You want Purgle? What's something that's like Team Purgle? Oh, maybe that's just it. Just says Team Purgle, and it's just that picture. There you go. Yeah, definitely. I think so. There is a Discord for this channel. Does someone want to drop the link? Actually, oh no, wait. Only I can drop the link. Hang on. Let me grab the link. Invite people. Here we go. There you go. Was it the one about Hera and Andy's wardrobe? If it was that one, then yes, I did see it. Could you talk more about who you think Anakin really is at the end of episode 5? Do you think it's actually him? Yes, if you scroll back to the start of the show, the first about hour is on that. The whole whiteboard was full of ideas, but in short, I am leaning towards that it is actually Anakin. That is my belief. I really think it's Anakin. Hey Bing, how you doing? Great to see so many of you joining the Discord. It's a good time over there. It's a very, very good time. Thrawn as a cliffhanger. He'll probably be the cliffhanger. That'd be cool. I think that'd be cool if it's like Anakin was this one. The next episode, like I'm sure a lot will happen next episode, seeing as it's going into freaking theaters. I think then, Thrawn being the cliffhanger will kind of just keep propelling the show's momentum. I can definitely see that. Oh, look at you legends in the general chat. And also Race Squad, if you're in the Discord, make sure you make our guests feel welcome. Our new Race Squad members. Part of the crew. I put money on Palpatine? What? Of just like being around? What on Palpatine? Hey Dave, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's going good. We've been so close. I think the highest we've gotten today was like 89 viewers. I was saying, I wonder what show will be crack the 100. It'll be fun. It'll be super fun. I like this idea. I like this idea that you guys are throwing around. Star Wars Galactic Archives. I think we'll be at the very end of the episode 5 as the cliffhanger. Love that image as well. Is that from the book? Throws the cliffhanger to make us watch the next season. I feel like we're gonna get the Dave movie before. I really hope they make this, like, if they don't make this show like multiple seasons, like, okay, right, random rant. Like I know, like, Disney is such a money grab. They're not paying anyone. It's shocking. I very much support the strike. It makes sense because they give them nothing. But if I had to if I had to War Between Worlds change the reality of everything, you pay everyone because this show is freaking amazing. But then also I would just let's just make the Ahsoka show the thing. That's the thing. We get a season once a year. In a few years we'll have a big movie finale about it. I think so. Anyway. Excuse me, I wouldn't like that. No cliffhanger with Thrawn. We've got to see him at the last one episode. At least one episode, sorry. Yeah, I don't think he'll be at the end of the season. I think we'll see more of him in and amongst the season. Sin City dropping the new memberships. Sharing the love of the Race Squad. And as well, new members. Sin, you might not be... I've talked about it twice. Everyone's sick of me talking about it. But, of course, very exciting that there is membership updates. So those new members, you get to be a Jedi Part 1, enjoying the perks, and if you want to level up your memberships, you get much more fun and connection. but you've all heard too much about it. You can think about it. Maybe I'm too pessimistic. Yeah, maybe. I mean, fair enough, though. Oh, fair enough. I was so enamored by Marek's performance in this episode, and it makes me kind of sad. Yeah, he was a really cool character. I hope we get, I don't know, I want the Marek story. The Book of Marek. Give me that. What would the second season be about? Well, ask me that in 4 weeks' time, because I think by the end of season 1, I will probably have a lot of thoughts about it. I think because I can't tell what we're going to be going through the next 4 weeks, I don't think I can say yet. But obviously, I think just more of a thread of Thrawn. Maybe he does get through to Back to the Galaxy. The battle, New Republic, Hera, things on that kind of line. I kind of like that. Kind of like a war, but not as full on as the Clone Wars. I just think that'd be cool. Joey joining, being a member for 1 month. I love it. Love chilling with the race squad. I love it. Love it. So 5 comes to theaters in USA. It'll be epic. Yes, in USA and also in London, Sao Paulo, and Bangkok. I think it's in Bangkok, Thailand. Weirdly enough, there's 3 other locations for it, but it's mainly in the US. Anyone going? Is anyone in the chat going to any of those screenings? That'd be sick. I think that was just a nod to him, you know. I think that's just like a nod to like who he is and what was. Absolutely. Yeah, actually, Raphael, you bring up a good point. What about the image of Hera on Cetos? Will she find Ahsoka coming back? That is a fantastic question. I think Hera will be like, I don't know who she's fighting, because everyone's on the hyper ring at this point. I don't know who she's shooting at, but she's shooting at someone. Also, I just forgot. I have to show you guys a photo, like a couple of photos. If you bear with me for 1 minute, I forgot to upload them. Let me show you these photos. This is a really great little Easter egg. Let me move in here. Jeez. This is a really fun little Easter egg I saw someone point out on Twitter. Let me get these up in 2 seconds. Bear with me. Stay with me. Don't die on me here. Oh my god. Okay, let's. This is a little Easter egg from last episode. Some of you might have seen this, heard of this. I saw it come up on my Twitter last night, and I went, oh my god, this is incredible. The race squad have to hear about this. So let me know if you have heard this little Easter egg or seen this little Easter egg or not. I'm about to put it on the screen. Here we go. Here we go. Where's this bad boy? This is so intense. Okay. You ready? You ready? So this is a shot from the episode of episode 4. This is from episode 4. This is the shot of Hera's ship. There's little Jason. This is the scene where Hera's about to walk in. Hera's about to walk in and sit down with Jason. They're about to fly off, as they do in this episode. Let's take a little closer look. It's very pixelated. Let's take a little closer look at that, hey? You guys called this Easter egg, but that does look awfully like a little picture of Kanan on her little dashboard there. It looks like it's just kind of wedged in between some controls. Let me zoom out again. So this is the same image. So this is the shot of the scene. This is not like a promotional picture. This is the shot of the scene of Hera. She like walks in here and then sits down, and then they like take off. So this is the scene. We zoom into that dashboard. I don't think that's a picture of freaking Rush Clovis. If you know, you know. It ain't Rush Clovis. It ain't Ki-Adi-Mundi. How cool is that? Did anyone catch this? Did anyone see this? Pretty cool. I love that. I knew you would be doing that, City. It's Cypher-D. You know what? It kind of looks like. You know what? It kind of looks like Count Dooku, if anything. Oh, that's funny. Oh, but how good? How good is that? But yeah, I feel bad. I need to remove myself from my own show. Someone said this on Twitter. I feel bad for who this was. I need to credit them. Just so I'm a nice person. I can't remember who it was, but it's a couple people have been posting it, and I just thought that was so cool. I just thought it was so cool. That's why I love the fans, because they'll spot things you haven't noticed. That's why it's awesome to be a Star Wars fan. It is awesome to be a Star Wars fan. That's so nice. So nice. It's a picture of Hondo. It's a picture of Hondo. Can't believe you give all this witness to me. Live action Kanan in the picture? Oh, I don't think it's live action. It is so dark and pixelated, but that looks like just the animated Kanan, to be honest. Best thing is the fans are theorizing again. We needed this. Absolutely. Without this show, we wouldn't have seen this awesome illustration of a Purgle and the symbol of a new galaxy. Absolutely. Absolutely. With that, we will step in to the final thoughts of this episode. We're already going... Oh, not yet. So sorry. Oh, jump scare. Final thoughts of this episode. What did you think? How was your... We talked about our initial emotions, initial thoughts of this show, of this episode. Let's talk a little bit about our final thoughts. How were you after the episode? Feeling now? We've talked about a lot of theories, a lot of ideas of what could be coming up. But just with this episode, how did that impact you? How did you feel after it? Again, I gotta figure out another way to do it. Are you on a phone or a computer? Because sometimes that changes. I don't think it shows up on a phone or something. There is some trick to it. I haven't figured it out. Yeah, true, Dave. When did Dave come to your room and drink? Yeah, it's perfect, right? I'm pretty much as good as Dave's illustrations. Oh. We find out whether Shin picked up a stick or a blaster. What? Oh, not. Oh, this is the stick discussion that was mentioned. Oh no, I don't want to hear it. Oh, this will be better than the Mando if it goes the way it's headed right now. I think it's already better. I think the premiere of this show is better for me personally. It's subjective. Somewhere that Jason is wearing a bit of armor. Yes, the little what's it called? Pauldron. Is that what you call it? A pauldron? The shoulder pad is the exact same as Kanan's, which is so beautiful. So beautiful. Almost perfect. Didn't top season 2. Yeah, a lot of people comparing that. Did you enjoy this reveal or season 2 for you? Jeez. Whew. Oh man, got way too excited. Oh, that was close. Oh, that was close. Oh. Anyway, back to what the hell was it saying? Diego, what is your final thoughts? I felt excited for Star Wars again. The same magic that Lucas once put into our life. I totally agree. I think it's definitely got that energy to it. They're building it up and adding weight really well. I feel like episode 5 will be insane. Who's next? Rex, Padme, Hondo. My bet's on Rex. I'd love to see Padme, and we could see Ewan. We could see an Obi-Wan. I would be down for that. He is a spectacular Balin. Absolutely. Ray does an incredible job of his portrayal. It's incredibly sad. Rest in peace. A legend. Absolutely, Steve. I love it. They're heading in the right direction, says Double A. This show won't save the franchise, but this content and quality of shows like Ahsoka will be the beacon of hope for better success. Let Dave cook with Star Wars. Absolutely. Diego agreeing with Sin. Padme would be cool. Natalie still needs to feel the love from the prequels fans as much as Hayden and Ewan do nowadays. Absolutely. I think that's one of the most beautiful things is this full circle moment for them. I would love that. I would love Natalie to feel that as well. You get the rank of ridiculous uncle. That's your rank. Yeah, I almost did, didn't I? Ooh, I was close there. Watched episode 3 and 4 back to back, and it's one of the best hours of Star Wars. Yes, oh my god, that would be incredible. I need to do that. I think I'd have a stroke if I saw Padme. Yeah, I think I'd pass out. I think I'd just pass out. Like, I was speechless and, like, hyperventilating seeing Anakin. I would pass out seeing Padme. They are amazing, absolutely. But when will we see Lux? That's the question we've all been asking. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, oh, wait, sorry. I thought you were saying no, well, they all have negative things to say about it. You know what I mean? I think if they were to do another season or in the movie, that'll be explained in some way. I think we could also carry on his incredible character portrayal here with like Tales of the Jedi or some other animated show. And get a voice actor sounds like him. That'd be cool. But to carry on his incredible portrayal of this character. But I think there'll be some nod to him not continuing. Oh my god, Jacob, you came at the end. You end, brother. We had a good one about Anakin and Ahsoka, and then this was our recent one. Where is everyone? We just talked about where is everyone going? How does everyone get to where they are? It's been a good day. It's been a very good day. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Like, this sounds ridiculous, but like, I keep thinking about what if Dave created Kenobi, the Kenobi show. Whew. I missed the watch party, but I went back and watched it in the end just to see the moment. Yes, and I've also clipped that into it's a separate video. It's a separate thing. But yeah, it's a insane moment. Insane moment. Ray conveys so much just by the facial expressions when he's silent. Such a perfect casting. Yeah, he's amazing at it. He's so amazing at it. Julius, I wish they would release all the episodes at once. I think that's why the viewership is down. It's just people waiting to watch more than one episode at a time. Finding myself doing that sometimes. Absolutely. I'm very interested to see the viewership for this show. I feel like it's going to be kind of average, and then I think it's going to go higher than we think. I think the time is better for people, and I think the hype is better and the quality is better. So I think we're going to see this show maybe outwatched. Then it's going to outwatch all the other shows. That's what I think. That's what I was getting at. It feels like that. It feels like that. Yeah, feels like that. Pickles on the board. Yeah, enough said. Pickles on the board. I'd watch it 5 times in a row anyway. Yeah, true. Set up for more series? Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for 2 hours, over 2 hours of this discussion. Theories, thoughts have been shared. It's been a beautiful time. I've enjoyed the discussion so much. And if you have loved this show, we'll be going live tomorrow. I have to confirm the time. Not too sure when, but we have the special look Master Apprentice coming tomorrow. I don't know if that's a behind the scenes or a clip or something. I don't know what it is. It might be a bit of nothing. And we might be hyping it up for nothing. But we'll be going live at some point tomorrow. Once I get a confirmation when that's out, I'll be going live afterward to maybe just discuss of what it was, what happened, what we saw. So let's check out that special look tomorrow. Very excited. And if you're still not sick of me by then, join us next week for our countdown to episode 5. Where's this board? Oh no, that's not it. Oh well. Join us next week for the countdown and watch party of episode 5. It's going to be a momentous occasion. We usually do an hour countdown, but chat spoke. I asked and they spoke. we're doing a 2-hour countdown for next week's episode. So it's going to be a full day of intensity, discussing, enjoying our company before we get into the episode and watching it together, then continuing and debriefing together. It's going to be incredible. So there is a lot happening here at the channel. Make sure you have subscribed if you haven't, to keep in the know of what's going on. If you really, really love it more than you should here, make sure to consider becoming a member today, becoming a Padawan, Knight, or Master for more Star Wars engagement. It's a mouthful. It's a mouthful, wasn't it? Jeez, I'm working up a sweat. Check out all the other videos, reactions, and reviews on the channel in between now and when I next see you. Thank you so much again for joining me today. Appreciate all the generous donos, and welcome to those new Race Squad members. Thank you, Sin City. So out of breath. Have a great rest of the night, and I'll catch you in the next one. And make sure you always choose the race side.